Hey, welcome in, everyone. Today on Redacted News, April 2nd, 2025. I am the Dodo Queen. I am a roly-poly, and you can push me off the desk if you want to.
Oh, I can push you off the desk?
I dare you to try.
Ray.
Are you going to push me off?
The cord pulled out.
Are you going to push me off?
I will push you off. Push. Yeah, fall through the ground. That's how hard I push people.
Well, welcome in, everyone, and introduce yourself, you dork.
Welcome in, friends. As the queen said, I am Dork. Dorkasaurus Rex.
And we're here.
And we're here with Redacted News. All the news fit to redact.
I will redact your butt.
No, you should.
From CNBC, March 30th, 2025, 23andMe bankruptcy. With America's DNA put on sale, market panic gets a new twist. DNA testing has become a valuable tool for hobbyists and novice genealogists. For some, learning they are the 10th cousin of Paul Revere or the 15th great-nephew 4 times removed of the last king of Prussia is worth the perceived risk of sharing a DNA sample. But what happens when the company harvesting the DNA goes bankrupt? That was the question posed to millions of Americans last week when 23andMe, the company that popularized consumer genetic testing and had early backing from Google, filed for bankruptcy, leading to a wave of calls from Americans to delete their DNA from the company's database. While it's not 100% clear if the delete your DNA calls were warranted, privacy experts are alarmed, and Americans who had taken the genetic test took the advice to heart. According to the data from the online traffic analysis company SimilarWeb, on March 24th, the day of the bankruptcy announcement, 23andMe received 1.5 million visits to its website, a 526% increase from one day prior. According to the SimilarWeb, 376,000 visits were made to help pages specifically related to deleting data, and 30,000 were made to the customer care page for account closure the next day. That figure rose to 1.7 million visits, and traffic to the delete data help page about 480,000. Margaret Hu, professor of law and director of the Digital Democracy Lab at William and Mary Law School, thinks Americans made the right move. This development is a disaster for data privacy, said Hu. In her view, the 23andMe bankruptcy should serve as a warning as to why the federal government needs strong data protection laws. In some states, Hu noted, the government is taking an active role in counseling consumers. The California Attorney General Office is urging Californians to delete their data and have 23andMe destroy saliva samples. But Hu says that is not enough, and such guidance should be provided to all U.S. citizens. The potential national security implications of 23andMe's data falling into the wrong hands are not new. In fact, the Pentagon had previously warned military personnel that these data kits could pose a risk to national security. Exposing DNA collection from consumers is not a new issue for 23andMe either. In 2023, almost 7 million people who took the genetic tests were already exposed in a major 23andMe data breach. The company signed an agreement that involved a $30 million settlement and a promise of 3 years worth of security monitoring. But Hugh says the bankruptcy does make the company and its data especially vulnerable now.
I think anyone who took that genetic test should not have taken that genetic test.
I mean, It was a new, exciting thing to do.
I remember in the early 2000s, it was popular news that the human genome had been sequenced, and they're like, now we'll find cures for genetic disorders. And like some pundit, I just remember he's like, yeah, they can find cures for genetic disorders using your genes, and then they can patent those genes, and then your genes are now someone's property.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, what does that mean for you, the individual who has those genes of no fault of your own? From Politico, April 2nd, 2025. Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon. I don't really believe this, to be honest.
Neither do I.
The president is pleased with Musk, but the decision comes as the tech mogul increasingly looks like a political liability. President Donald Trump has told his inner circle, including members of his cabinet, that Elon Musk will be stepping down in the coming weeks from his current role as government partner. The president remains pleased with Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency initiative, but both men have decided in recent days that it will soon be time for Musk to return to his businesses and take on a supporting role, according to 3 Trump insiders who were granted anonymity to describe the evolving relationship. Musk's looming exit comes as some Trump administration insiders and many outside allies have become frustrated with his unpredictability, and they increasingly view the billionaire as a political liability. A dynamic that was thrown into stark relief Tuesday when a conservative judge Musk vocally supported lost his bid for the Wisconsin Supreme Court seat by 10 points. It also represents a shift in the Trump-Musk relationship from a month ago, when White House officials and allies were predicting Musk was here to stay, and that Trump would find a way to blow past the 130-day time limit. One senior administration official said Musk is likely to retain an informal role as an advisor and continue to be an occasional face around the White House grounds. Another cautioned that anyone who thinks Musk is going to disappear entirely from Trump's orbit is fooling themselves. The transition, the insider had said, is likely to correspond to the end of Musk's time as a special government employee, a special status that temporarily exempts him from some ethics and conflict of interest rules. That 130-day period is expected to expire in late May or early June. Musk's defenders inside the Trump administration believe that the time will soon be right for a transition, given their view that there's only so much more he can cut from the government agencies without shaving too close to the bone. He hasn't even gone after the military at all. Oh, he's gutted everything you need generally, but given the military more money. Done. Sorry. But many other Trump allies say he's an unpredictable, unmanageable force who has had issues communicating his plans with cabinet secretaries and through the White House chain of command led by the Chief of Staff, Susie Wills, frequently sending them into a frenzy with unexpected and off-message comments on X, his social media platform, including sharing unvetted and uncoordinated plans to gut federal agencies. Elon Musk and Donald Trump and the government altogether is just a shit show. And even this what I just read is a shit show. What the fuck did I just read? That's all ridiculous. This is a comedy show we're in.
I honestly very, very surprised that that lady won, honestly.
Oh, in Wisconsin.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you think the other guy was going to win?
Yes, because he was paying it for it. So
I heard that because of it, there was a big backlash and a lot more Democratic voters had come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that the Republican vote was about what it would be if there was no interference.
Oh, uh-huh.
Because one person I was listening to had a opinion that what happens for the Trump election happens for Trump. Mm-hmm. These guys are not Trump. Elon Musk does not have Trump magic. That judge did not have Trump magic. So no one gave a shit and voted for them.
Okay.
Because if everything's a cult of personality right now, and Elon Musk and whoever the fuck this judge was has no personality, no one cares.
Oh, I see.
But
I don't see how fucking Trump has any personality. He's like an asshole, and it's like an asshole boomer.
What he has is luck and an inexhaustible ability to be loud. And,
Yeah.
And both of those things are what, the primitive beta brain needs.
I feel like he kind of like draws out like the PTSD of most children who like got yelled at by their parents, and they're like, "Yes, daddy, tell me what to do. I will do it."
Yeah, they're very much like bootlickers.
Right?
It's so sad because it's like you're so complacent. It's like, I'm Democratic. I don't like the Democratic Party. I am fucking angry at them. What the senator did yesterday in his filibuster was admirable.
But a little too late.
It's too late. We're already in the 4th fucking month, and it's too fucking little. I'm proud of him for what he did. I'm glad for what he did. I'm glad the eyes that got on him for it. Too little. Do more.
Right.
Sorry, I'm very angry with my government right now.
Yeah, especially. I'm surprised you didn't have anything on the tariffs today.
There wasn't anything. Oh, I didn't specifically look it up. It's because he was doing the announcement of it late in the night, because he didn't even tell anyone what tariffs he's doing. He's announcing them today as he signs them.
Yeah.
But he did it after the stock markets closed, suspiciously. I'm sure it'll be in Friday's news.
Yeah. Okay. So NPR News, April 2nd, 2025. Senator Cory Booker on his marathon 25-hour speech on the Senate floor. On Monday evening, Senator Cory Booker stood on the Senate floor and began a speech criticizing the Trump administration. The 55-year-old Democrat from New Jersey kept talking and talking through the night and into the next day for 25 hours and 5 minutes. He did not sit, he did not eat, he did not use the restroom. I'm sorry, it made me want to do like a fucking rhyme, like from Dr. Seuss.
No, me too.
I'm sorry.
When you said it when you were practicing, I almost said Sam I am.
His effort, which involved dozens of fellow Senate Democrats asking questions to relieve his speaking burden, set a record for the longest speech on record in the chamber. It surpassed the previous record set in 1957 by segregationist Senator Strom Thurmond, who filibustered for 24 hours and 18 minutes to oppose the Civil Rights Act.
What a dick.
Right. Booker started his speech at 7 p.m. Monday and pledged to use his time to disrupt the normal business of the United States Senate for as long as I'm physically able. In just 71 days, the president has inflicted harm after harm on American safety, financial stability, the foundation of our democracy, and any sense of common decency, he said in his introductory remarks. These are not normal times in our nation, and they should not be treated as such in the United States Senate. Booker had said his impassioned anti-Trump speech comes at a time when many constituents are questioning the direction of the party. I think we could not talk about the party and start talking about the people, he told NPR. I really think that we have got to start having a bolder vision of who we are as a country, not just who we're against as the other party.
I feel like what he did will make a subtle change with people. Am I wrong for wanting them to do more?
I mean, like you said, it is they took a really fucking long time to
get off their asses?
Yeah, to do something about it. And even then, it's just them talk. I mean, it's impressive, right? I wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
But, like, I don't know what one day of him holding up the Senate is going to do. I feel like they should have been doing this from the start, being very aggressive and opposing what's going on. I mean, I don't think Elon Musk should have even been able to cut all these things with his Doge thing. I feel like there should have been people like doing emergency like Senate things to stop it.
Someone needed to go into the government and clean it up, and this is a consequence of that. It reminds me of this old adage where it's like a man who's walking through the desert long enough will drop to his knees and drink the sand, not because he's gone mad and thinks it's water, but because he's so thirsty he'll drink anything.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump is the American public drinking anything to get something fucking done, because our government has been a bloated, slow-moving, silent bureaucracy for too long, Not that I want them in our faces every day, but, like, make a difference for us year after year.
I don't know. I think that, yeah, sure, you want to rock the boat, right? But you don't want to fucking destroy everything that...
Oh, no, I
from
agree
the
with you.
inside out. I know that no one is going to be perfect for being elected, but he definitely was the worst choice out of all the things, especially because of the way he treated a lot of things and how he emboldened a lot of like Nazis. For me, I feel like people got greedy and they just wanted an easier life instead of actually thinking of the consequences that could have happened from it. Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like people get so desperate, whether the desperation's real or not, they'll fucking take anyone who will be like, I will solve your problem for you.
Yeah.
It's a sad situation. I got some light news also about Elon Musk, like, not doing well.
Oh, yeah? Is that next?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to hear about Elon Musk not doing well?
Yeah.
If that don't put a pep in your step, nothing will. From Yahoo News, April 2nd, 2025. Elon Musk's last 24 hours. Why the billionaire's influence in Washington may be waning as sales for his electric car brand slide. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has dominated the headlines in 2025, waging war on the federal workforce as the head of President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, picking fights on the social media platform X and throwing himself into major elections since Trump took office. But developments in the past 24 hours show the limits of Musk's influence, and the first quantifiable effect his foray into U.S. politics is having globally on his electric car brand. Susan Crawford, a liberal, won a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court on Tuesday, easily defeating her Musk-backed conservative challenger, Brad Schmiel, in a race Musk said might decide the future of America and Western civilization. Musk spent a reported $25 million on the race and campaigned on the ground in Wisconsin, handing out $1 million checks to 2 voters at a rally in Green Bay. He also promised to pay Schmiel supporters $20 for each voter they recruited. But Crawford beat Schmiel by 10 points. As a late-night post on X, Musk said, I expected to lose, but there is value in losing a piece for a potential gain.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Sorry. Go on.
It's like, I'm bad at losing, but I grew out of being that bad. On Wednesday, Tesla said its sales dropped 13% during the first 3 months of the year. The company reported deliveries of 336,681 for the quarter, down from sales of 387,000 in the same period a year ago, and the largest quarterly drop in its history. The decline comes amid ongoing protests at Tesla dealerships over Musk's involvement in right-wing politics. The company did not mention the protests in a press release announcing its sales figure, but Wall Street analysts said it's clear the backlash is a major factor for the drop in sales. The quarter was an example of the damage Musk is causing Tesla. Dan Ives of Wedbush Securities said in a note to clients Wednesday, Tesla stock prices are plunging by nearly half since hitting a record of $488 per share in mid-December. It opened at $256 per share on Wednesday. Damn, his shares dropped so much.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, after all the drops happened in the last week,
Yeah.
anytime he's on a talk show or whatever, he looks defeated.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to cry.
Well, rich people live off that because they use that as collateral to take out interest-free loans.
Yeah.
And so if he doesn't have that, and if the banks don't like what's going on with him,
They could call in the loan, yeah.
they can they could raise his interest rate. They could do a lot of shit, because they can start getting nervous.
Yeah.
So,
I think they should get nervous.
well, they say the best way to hurt a rich person is to take their money.
I mean, then they'll humble them a little bit, I think.
I wonder. I don't know. When you have delusions of grandeur, can you be humbled? I guess it's not delusions, though, when you're the richest person on earth.
So that's the news, you guys.
That's the news. Thank you for joining us again for that.
We will probably be talking about tariffs this coming Friday.
Oh, man. In the next 48 hours, I can't imagine what I'm going to be writing up for 4 stories.
Okay, you guys. We will be
Back.
Be
Oh.
right back. No,
Be-
be right back.
Be right back.
No, whatever he said, better than what I said.
Be right back.
Be right back.